Hello everyone, welcome to Canteen Cup. My name is Scott, and look what came in the mail yesterday. This is a Lab599 TX-500 QRP radio. Actually, it's a little QRP plus because it puts out about 10 watts. This radio, if you haven't heard about it, is made in Russia, and it is machined out of a solid piece of aluminum. And it's pretty tough. Now, I'm not going to do a long review on this because I just got it and I just started playing with it. But I wanted to give you my overall first impressions, and I really like this radio. It is a lot of fun. I haven't taken it out to the field yet, but I have it is hooked up to my LDG C11 Pro, to my home center fed dipole out back, and it works pretty well. So far I've worked a couple CW contacts. I'm in Georgia, and I worked a guy in Indiana and a guy in Virginia, and so yeah, that's pretty good. And also a guy in North Carolina. So it gets out there. It was all CW. This is I'm primarily going to use this radio for CW for probably SOTA activations. It's lightweight. It's very compact. One of the things I like about it is that you don't need to buy a case for it. You don't have to buy a Pelican case. You don't have to buy camera cases or these padded cases. All I bought for mine were these two items. These are 3D printed items. I bought them for about $14. And how they work, let me get this right, is they just kind of fit over the parts that can break, and I have a couple of these big rubber bands that I just wrap around, and then everything is protected. I have little caps. You see one here. I've got little caps I can put over those connectors, and I have a BNC rubber connector, and that's it. That's all I'm doing, and I'm just gonna stick it in the bag and take it with me. It's great. No, it's a rough and rugged radio. I probably don't need those protective covers, but they cost me, I think, $14 delivered. You get them on Etsy, I think. But my first thoughts on the radio are really positive. Now, I did not like the speaker microphone that comes with this. Does not have a built-in speaker, but it's a very weather resistant radio. In other words, you can probably take it in showers and whatever. Probably can't submerge it, but it can get wet a little bit. It can be out in the elements a little bit, and it's sturdy enough that you don't need a case. But it does not have an external speaker, and that's not a big drawback for me. It does come with a speaker microphone, but after years in aviation and around lots of loud noises, my hearing is not as good as it should be. And so that speaker microphone doesn't work well for me. What I do right now is I have a set of earbuds, and they work really well. I am going to buy, or I'm in the process of buying, a Heil Pro Media headset. And what makes it different is the adapter for the radio are two 1/8" plugs, and the Heil Media Pro set has two 1/8" plugs, so I just plug them in. And then what's unique about this radio is, if I can find it, is this is the push to talk button. Now the Heil Media Pro set doesn't have a push to talk, but this does. It's got a little piece of Velcro on the back, and in SOTA activations we use a clipboard. They call it a flight deck, and I'm actually going to rubber band the radio to that clipboard, and that's where I'm going to log from. And I'm going to put a little piece of Velcro on the flight deck for that push to talk switch, and I'm going to put it by my left thumb, since I am right-handed, so I can operate and talk at the same time. So it's not you know, it's not a flaw not to have an internal speaker, because these always work better. And then once I get the headset with the boom microphone, yeah, I lose a couple ounces in weight. The speaker microphone weighs about 5.5, 6 ounces. My boom headset is about 10 ounces. You know, I'll carry the weight because I would be carrying something like these anyhow, because I don't like the speaker microphone. But other than that, it hears really well. It's very easy to pull out the signals. The spectrum analyzer works well. Everything is easy to read. The menus are very simple. Like I said, I've only had this thing, I've only had it turned on for maybe 2 hours. I have upgraded the firmware already. That was easy. And I did test the cat cable. And as you can see, it's working on my AC log through my computer. And so when I can, I like the data to go into my logging software. That's my preference, because then I don't have to worry about it. It just automatically covers it. Now, when I'm out in the field, I'll probably use a notebook, but you know, here, but it was very easy to set up. It uses the Kenwood, I'll say in a minute, the Kenwood software, we'll just call it. I just lost it. The settings are for the Kenwood command set. There it is. And it just boom, boom, boom. Very easy. The buttons are intuitive. I've only had to read the instructions a little bit. One new thing that came with the new firmware update is an SWR monitor. You sit and you push the hold. And there it is. As you can see, I'm right down around 1.1. So that's pretty cool. For CW key, right now I'm using a CW key. It's an okay key. I've spent a lot of my life working with precision stuff, and you know, for the price and for what it is, it's probably about the best key out there. I like more precision stuff. I tend to have a light touch, and sometimes I don't always do well with this, but it does work well. And the keyer here is a good keyer. It's not QSK. It's near QSK. It works well enough. One of the interesting things is the speed. You see the speed down there, it says 95. That's not 95 words per minute. That's 95 characters per minute. And what you do to convert that to word per minute is you divide by 5. And I forget what this is. This is somewhere around probably 17 or 18 words a minute. But you can play with it. The nice part about it is that it does give you a little more control over your speed. The filtering is excellent. It works really well. It hears better than it can transmit, if you can understand that. In other words, if you know, there are times when this thing hears actually better than your transmitted signal, because it's only putting out 10 watts. And so if someone says, well, the receiver's not good because of Sherwood or whatever, engineering, well, just take it with a grain of salt, because I can hear stations I cannot work with this radio. And that's not a hit against the radio. It's just that it's only a 10-watt radio. And the signals I'm hearing may be 100-watt signals. So I'm hearing well, which means, really what that means is you're not going to miss anything with the receiver on this. It's a fairly quiet receiver. The filtering works well. In general, like I said, I've been playing with this for a couple hours. It's a lot of fun. That's really the bottom line, is this radio is a lot of fun. So that's all I got. Just a quick video to, you know, let you know that there are some of these in the wild now, and I like mine, and as I, you know, get to configure it better and work it more, I'll put more videos out. But this is all I got for today, everybody. Stay safe and stay secure.